Before applicant tracking software systems became the default for reviewing resumes, you could spray and pray in your job search. Just a few years ago, it wasn't uncommon for job seekers to mail or email out numerous resumes, which were, of course, all the same, to multiple employees. Today, that's no longer effective. Not in the world of keywords and ATS systems. Today, you need to match your resume to every position every time. Thankfully, with a well-written foundation, it shouldn't take you longer than 20 to 30 minutes to make those all-important tweaks. Before you get ready to match your resume to the position at hand, you need to start with your initial base resume. You should always have a base resume that is focused on the position you're seeking. From that, you'll make your updates for each position as you apply to them. For some roles, you won't have many updates to make, but for others, you may be doing a complete overhaul on your resume. Refer to the lesson on the basics of resume writing to get your start, and then use that initial base resume as you apply to different roles. In the lesson on the importance of ATS systems, you learned what an ATS is and how it plays into your online job search. For better or worse, most companies are using some form of automation to complete initial resume reviews, and those systems will match your resume to the position by keywords. You also have to use a standard resume format to ensure the ATS can read your resume at all. The days of applying willy-nilly to multiple roles using the same resume are gone. Also, you cannot do all your work of applying to positions on a mobile device. Grab your computer, pull up Microsoft Word, and get ready to make your updates. The areas where you'll focus your time include: the title of your resume falls just below your contact information and should perfectly match the title of the job you're applying for. If you're applying to multiple marketing management roles, for instance, you may come across various titles, such as Director of Marketing, Marketing Director, Vice President of Marketing, Director of Marketing Analytics, and the list goes on. Each time you apply for a position with a different role, match your resume headline to that job title. Then save that resume with that title name. This will help you keep the information straight as you track your efforts. Your summary is one of the most read sections of your resume and does so much more than summarize your career or years of experience. This is where you're highlighting the value you can provide in the position by answering the question, why should I hire you? Review the job description and pull out a few things they're looking for that you can draw attention to in your summary. Much of the time, the summary you have will be just fine, but if this position is looking for something specific, update appropriately. As has been stated in multiple lessons throughout this and other courses, keywords are how ATS systems find your resume. You must have the right keywords on your resume as you apply to different roles, which is one of the main reasons to match your resume to each job description. On a well-crafted resume, your keywords will be placed in a group within your branding statement as your areas of expertise section. Update these appropriately to fit with the role. Having them grouped together like this makes the job of matching your resume much quicker and faster, but you can certainly put keywords anywhere on your resume. For the most part, your experience is static on a resume. However, if you're the lucky person who has a wealth of accomplishments, you may have several on your base resume that you'll move in and out as you apply to different positions. You may also find that as you're reviewing a job description, you realize that you did what they're asking for, yet you haven't highlighted it on your resume. This is the time to make those edits to your experience section. While most resumes stop at education, you may have additional information that you choose to include to either highlight the value you can bring or to fill extra space on your resume. Be sure to review these sections as you apply to different roles and keep or omit them. For instance, if you are a volunteer at a local charity and you know that the company that you're applying to supports that organization, include it on your resume. Or if you did some research on LinkedIn and found out that the HR manager and you were in the same fraternity, put that on your resume. Anything that gives you an edge on the competition is always good to include. If you're thinking you can do this resume updating stuff only sometimes, ask yourself, do I only want to be in the running for some of the jobs I'm applying for? Essentially, that's what happens when you use a generic resume for every position. And don't assume that your cover letter will take the place of a resume that hasn't been tailored to the job description. While roughly 1 in 4 employers will review a cover letter, they won't see it in your resume if it doesn't get through the ATS system. So while you should include a cover letter when requested, don't bank on putting the right information in there. Looking for a job has changed, and if you're putting a lot of emphasis on applying for jobs online, you need to take that extra step to match your resume to each job description as you do. The key areas to focus on include title or headline, summary or branding statement, keywords, professional experience, and additional information. By spending just a little more time on the front end when you apply, you'll be much more likely to reap the results of your efforts later.